Our relationship with animals is always changing. Think back to the domestication of gray wolves and where we are now with Pomeranians, Corgis, Dobermans, and so many more. The human-dog relationship is particularly special, even being termed man's best friend. But with the origination of dog shows, owners and breeders started thinking of these animals through a different, darker lens. Dog owners from all over the world flaunt their fashionable purebred dogs, with striking traits like short noses, pointy ears, and interesting coats. These standards drastically increased demand for manual genetic editing and sparked the emergence of a completely new type of human-dog relationship, founded on status, with living animals as their trophies. Selective breeding is the process of altering the frequency of desirable traits through artificial selection, and this becomes troubling for our beloved pets. Initially used to increase life expectancy and performance, overall helpful innovation, selective breeding has been a resourceful scientific practice since the 18th century. But what makes selective breeding so harmful for dogs? A large spectrum of breeding exists, and they all have consistent and concerning recurring themes. This so-called business is perpetuating three main problems: genetic mutations yielding horrific health implications, greed, and severe ethical shortcomings.
Number 1. Evolution and morphology. The stress of forced changes in selectively bred dogs are causing disproportionately large issues for the trivial benefit of humans. Selective breeding practices have created an influx of deleterious traits genome-wide and has even changed the form and function of the dog brain. In a post made by Harvard Brain Science Initiative, they addressed the changing of the dog brain caused by the selective breeding for specific cranial shapes. The study found that dolichocephalic dogs had reduction in gray matter in various areas, while brachycephalic dogs had a reduction in gray matter in other areas. It is recognized that this is the product of strong artificial selective pressures that humans have exerted on dogs in recent centuries, and other studies indicate potential variations in behavior due to this difference in regional gray matter. The molding of the dog brain and destruction of the dog genome for mere human satisfaction should in no case be viewed as a positive. Evolutionarily, as the dog genome lessens and lessens in allele frequency, the population will bottleneck, leading to little to no dogs left on Earth. Number 2. Money as a sole motivator. What is the motive of these breeders, you may be asking yourself? Many breeders objectively decide to ignore the physical or mental well-being of these dogs, looking to only produce popular demand, run these poor animals into the ground, and leave with as much cash as possible. This is one of the main ways to spot illicit breeders, overpricing and only breeding for the purpose of lining their pockets, entirely ignoring all aforementioned consequences on the filial generations. This level of ignorance is what perpetuates this issue. Unethical behavior is rewarded by uninformed buyers. It is now important to refer back to the health consequences of these practices. Having had holistically reflected on the suffering of these animals and impacts on their morphological, physiological, behavioral, and evolutionary adaptations, it becomes evident that these people are only concerned with money. This is a direct reflection of mistreatment of animals and anthropocentric beliefs, benefiting from the suffering of what they believe is a lesser form. Number 3. Ethical evaluation. Animal sentience. Although most animals are not as aware as humans, they are conscious, and many studies provide insight in animals' abilities to feel and express emotion. The sentience of animals is accepted and therefore used in medical practices, but there are other applications of this finding. For some, the reason acts of kindness and empathy exist is out of the recognition of a shared trait of consciousness and free will. In this case, this would also apply to animals. If our likeness as humans warrants respect, compassion, and love, then this undoubtedly applies to animals as well. If times have changed from live vivisections to ethical debates about mere dissections, the damage of the abuse of selective breeding can be recognized and changed. I propose animal activists make greater efforts to educate future pet owners look into the benefits of naturally bred or mixed breed dogs, the general public is informed on how to spot illicit breeders, and safe practices are rewarded to combat the popularity of illegal and unethical breeding. The placement of these standards of education will aid in this shift from appearance to health, providing a safer and brighter world for the beloved pets we know as dogs.